Night Fights, November 15th. Don't miss the $1 Million Man, Justin Pauldo, face Jerry the Joker Perez. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City.
Welcome to Big Fight Preview, 8 o'clock. Wednesday night, it's going down on ProBox TV, the Wednesday Night Fight Series. I'm George Jahyae. Shortly, you'll see Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri. We got two of the big fighters fighting that night, Justin Pauldo and Jerry Perez. And by the way, guys, thank you for joining us. You two have two of the best nicknames in boxing. Justin $1 Million Man Pauldo and Jerry the Joker Perez. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe to ProBox TV, 8 o'clock. It is going down. Wednesday Night Fights. Paulie Malignaggi, we got a good one as always.
Oh yeah, a Wednesday Night Fight series. We're always giving you burners, dynamite. Perez and Pauldo have delivered in the past, and they'll deliver it again.
Yeah, I mean, Wednesday Night Fight series, what else is new? We got two fighters that understand how much is on the line and what a win here on this platform can do. So we got guys who are gonna leave it all in the ring, and that's what it's all about here on ProBox TV.
You can expect me to go out and put on a great win, and I know it's a lot at stake. This fight can continue to move me forward in my career, so I took it very seriously. I had a great training camp, and I'm coming to put on a great show.
Yeah, Justin, you're on back-to-back ProBox TV fights, so you know you're in it, and you've been here. I was actually talking to your brother recently about that, saying like, man, this is, if you're coming right back to ProBox TV because there's no easy fights here, you're taking things seriously and you understand what's ahead.
Yes, it's all great competitive matchups, so I'm expecting his best, and I know I'm gonna be at my best.
And Jerry, you've had, your last couple of fights have been tough, and you've been in the ring with some really good fighters. Tell me about you, this opportunity being on ProBox TV, and what kind of fight we can expect from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take full advantage of this opportunity. I had a great training camp, and I'm ready to get this win and put on a spectacular show. I came up short against some of the top guys, but I'm ready this time. I've no excuses, but for the Jojo Diaz fight, I had 3 weeks to get ready, and he came in 7 pounds over. So I think that's what made the biggest difference, just the weight. But we're both the same way, so I hope he's at his best. I'm at my best, and let's give the fans a great fight.
How's camp been for you, Jerry? And where do you get that nickname, the Joker?
Camp's been great. Had a long, good camp. I was already training before too. And my godfather gave me that name because at the end of the day, I'm going to come out on top. When all the smoke clears, I'm going to be standing right there just like the Joker did in the movie.
8 o'clock tonight, it is going down. Justin, same question for you, $1 Million Man. I mean, I think I know why you got the nickname, but why you called the $1 Million Man?
Well, because the goal is to make a lot of money in the sport of boxing, and just do my best and continue to go out and dominate and put on great performances.
These ProBox fight cards, I mean, from top to bottom, it's usually nothing but action. And with these two guys, I think we can expect the same, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Justin, you were on our air last time out. You looked phenomenal. You had a very, very tough guy in front of you. It was not an easy opponent, but you went out there and you really shined. And again, spoke to your brother, and he said you have even more in the tank, and you're going to show that here. So, what does a win here in this platform do for you moving forward? I know you guys are looking up high, but how soon are we talking?
Well, it'll put me in the bigger ranks for next year, early next year, and continue to try to get the bigger fights next year. That's the goal. Shot at the title or title eliminator fights. So I know I got to come out. I got to dominate. I got to win to keep moving forward.
And Jerry, you mentioned that you came up a little short in a couple of these other fights. Say kind of the same question for you. We're at the end of the year here in 2023. You're in a tough fight. I mean, it's a tough fight for both of you. This is what we do here at ProBox. But a win here, what kind of opportunities are you looking for in 2024 with a win here?
With the win here, I get moved up in the rankings and I get bigger and better fights. Hopefully, like Justin said, a title eliminator and our title shot. We're both chasing the same thing, so we're gonna go out there and give it our all.
Yeah, Jerry, you're the kind of guy that we love here on ProBox TV. You come to fight, and like you said, you've been in with some top guys and come up just short. So what's going to be the difference here that you're going to be able to take that that step over that threshold and get that big win, which has eluded you in recent fights?
I'm more determined and hungry than ever. I don't want to feel that feeling again, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get that win.
Make sure you tune in, 8 o'clock. I can't wait to see you guys fight. Justin, I want to ask you both the same question, but Justin, Shakur Stevenson is fighting for a vacant belt. Devin Haney probably is not coming back to lightweight, so there's going to be a lot of titles out there very soon, and I know you both are looking forward to getting a title shot, but just talk about all the change. Start with you, Justin, all the change in the lightweight division and what it means to you.
Well, yes, I'm excited about it because I know that the belts are probably going to be going vacant soon. So it's opportunity to make some ground in the lightweight division and get my shot next year.
And Jerry, same question for you. A lot of turnover. You know, there's going to be a lot of belts out there very soon.
Yeah, they're going to be out there and they're going to be up for grabs. So the sooner the better. After this fight, I'm not looking past Justin. I would like to an opportunity at those belts.
And Justin, talk. You fought on ProBox before. Jerry hasn't, but talk a little bit about the atmosphere because it's a small place. It's full of people screaming. Talk a little bit about the atmosphere fighting in Plant City on ProBox.
Well, it's a great atmosphere. The fans really come out. They love boxing here, and it's a great show. It's a fight, and I really like it. The energy was great last time, and I'm expecting it to be the same this time.
Yeah, we've been very consistent recently with the fan bases and the energy in the room. You know, you said it, Justin. I mean, it's electric in there. It gives you the feeling of being in a massive stadium with how loud it gets because of the acoustics in there. It's a small space. It's very intimate. You got a lot of fans in there. So anyone who's ever been to a show understands what that's like, and it gives you a big fight feel, even though it's a smaller arena.
Yes.
And Paulie, we were talking about the lightweight division. You know, there's a lot of turnover. So with a win, these guys are another step closer to a title shot, which that's what it's all about, getting a belt.
And there's some good names in the lightweight division too, guys. I mean, you know, I'm sure you guys know it. And right now, I think a day from fighting one another, I don't think these guys are looking past themselves. But there are a lot of good names in the lightweight division. So it's on top of the belts going vacant soon, there's opportunities to both up your status within the lightweight division, both by fighting top names and also acquiring belts. And I'm sure both of these guys know that.
Well, it's going down Wednesday night, ProBox TV. Paulie, Chris, any final questions for the guys?
No, I just want to say, you know, thanks for taking the time today. I know it's very close to fight time, and you guys got a lot to do in terms of mental preparations leading up to fight night. Appreciate the opportunity or the risk that you guys are taking to come in and fight real fights and fight competitive fights, which is what it takes to get to the top. So I don't believe in luck, so I wish you both the best of skill tomorrow. Look forward to calling your fights.
Yeah, I mean, I think both guys are exciting fighters. You know, obviously we've had Pauldo in the past. I've seen Jerry Perez. Both guys come to fight. That's what we want on ProBox. That's why we bring these guys on the network and then you know, make them fight each other because we put the fans first. We want fan-friendly fights, and we know these are two guys that deliver. So against one another, you know, we're looking forward to calling your fights, guys. So get some rest tonight, get that mental preparation, and get it in tomorrow.
And also, you know, yeah, we do it for the fans, but we also do it for you young fighters as well. Because when you guys get your shot, you're going to be ready. It's not like these guys who are getting built up and fighting easy fights. By the time you guys get to the world title fight, you don't want to just get there. You want to win. And having fights like this on our air is how you get prepared for those moments.
Justin, and any last words before you get in the ring?
I'm just excited to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity. And come tomorrow night, go out there and put on a great show and dominate.
Jerry?
Tune in tomorrow and watch a great fight. Watch you put on the show and get this win. Come back with that WBO belt.
Can't wait for it. It's going down in Plant City. Hey, if you're in the area, come to the fights. If not, subscribe to ProBox TV. You can see it on YouTube. These are can't miss fights every other Wednesday. Wednesday night, Pro Boxing TV Wednesday night fight series. Justin, Jerry, thank you. I'm wishing you the best on fight night. Make sure you download the app, become a part of the ProBox TV family. ProBox TV is your boxing channel.
undefeated.
Good fighters, great fights. That's the mantra here at ProBox TV.
A mid-November Wednesday in beautiful Tampa, Florida, our world headquarters here on your boxing channel. This is ProBox TV. We don't promote boxers, we promote boxing. Wednesday night fight time, and we get things started with an 8-round matchup in the welterweight division. 18-year-old Emiliano Moreno started working with Jose Benavides Jr. at age 12, turned pro at age 15, and has sparred with Tim Tszyu in Vegas. He's 7-0, set to face 10-0 Filipino Daniel Lim, who has trained extensively with the former IBF Junior Bantamweight World Champion Juan. The past 7 years, he fights for the first time here in the United States. Next up, a 10-rounder in the middleweight division, Manchester, England's Jimmy Kilrain Kelly looks to move to 3-0 here on ProBox TV. His opponent is former world title challenger Juan Velasco from Argentina, who's faced the likes of Regis Prograis and Mario Barrios. And our co-main event is scheduled for 10 for the WBA Continental North America lightweight belt as the $1 Million Man, Justin Pauldo, who just fought and won here on ProBox TV 85 days ago, faces the Joker, Jahyae Perez, who was mentored at a young age by Leo Santa Cruz. And our main event is also scheduled for 10. This one at 154, 16-1, Guido Schramm, who prepared for tonight at the Wildcard Gym in Hollywood, takes on Johan Gonzalez. 33 wins, 33 finishes. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg, of course, joined by my powerful partners, the former two-time world champion, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, former world champion, Chris Algieri, Guido Schramm. We talked about Wildcard Gym, a gym you're very familiar with. Spent some time sparring with Tank, also Devin Haney.
Yeah, you know what? If you go to the Wildcard Gym, you're going to find good sparring, that's for sure. There is a conveyor belt of great sparring there at the gym. I trained there for a part of my career, one of the best gyms that I trained at, and certainly anybody training there will be very, very prepared. Graham has an impressive style. You know, he's got a good record, 16-1-2, looking to make that maneuver to the next level. You know, the way typically the kind of guy we bring here on ProBox TV. Has a pretty good right hand. Has to just find the correct distance for it at times. Sometimes he reaches out for a little bit too much. We'll see if tonight, if he can get those measurements just right. I think he's going to need to use better use of his jab tonight as opposed to just touching with it like he has a habit of doing if he wants to set up those better right hands.
And Johan Gonzalez, I guess, Chris, he needs to find his power. He had 32 wins, 32 knockouts when he debuted here on ProBox TV. Now he's just 33 for 33.
Yeah, no, you said Schramm's got a good right hand. Gonzalez has a good right hand. He's got a good left hook. He's physical. He's aggressive. But like most punchers, he tends to gas himself up by going really, really hard. So he's got to be careful not to blow his load too early. Go out there, set his shots up, and let that power fly.
So that is our main event later tonight here on our Wednesday night fights on your boxing channel, ProBox TV. But as promised, we get things started with an 8-rounder at welterweight. Our tale of the tape. Long Beach, California's 18-year-old Emiliano Moreno is taller, but the reach is very close as Daniel Lim is 10-0. Young Emiliano Moreno is 7-0. So a great matchup to get things underway here from our ProBox World Headquarters. With the official introductions and to get the night started, here is Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the welterweight division. Your judges for this contest, Michael Ross, Thomas Nardoni, and Tito Wilgo. Your referee in charge is Chris Young. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue with white. He weighed in at 142.6 pounds. He is undefeated with a record of 10 wins, no losses, with 2 wins by knockout, all the way from the Philippines. Please welcome Daniel Dirty Harry Lim. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the silver with blue, he weighed in at 145.2 pounds. He is also undefeated, 7 wins, no losses, with 4 wins by knockout from Long Beach, California. He is Emiliano Moreno.
Everything up here but consider legal, everything up here consider legal. Listen, you receive instructions, dress you. Tough, clean fight. And my commands all the time, protect yourselves all the time. Touch them up.
2 unbeaten fighters to get our night underway here on ProBox TV. Daniel Lim, 10-0 to finish his Emiliano Moreno, 7-0 with 4 knockouts.
Look when you're ready. Bam!
Here we go. It's time to fight. Daniel Lim in the blue trunks, silver and blue trunks for 18-year-old Emiliano Moreno. A lot of hype behind this 18-year-old welterweight. 4th fight of 2023 for Lim. First fight outside of the Philippines, and the first time he has been scheduled for 8.
You see a distinct size difference, right, man? I mean,
Yeah, Moreno's big. 6 foot tall, 145.
I haven't checked into Lim, but maybe he fights at a smaller weight usually.
He's just 18 years old.
Lim?
Yeah,
No,
or no, Lim.
Moreno.
Sorry, yeah, no, Lim has been at this weight, Paulie, for the majority of his time. He's had fights. His last one was way up. It was one he took on short notice. His last was at super welterweight. 3 fights at super lightweight, 3 at lightweight. And so a welterweight fight is new, much to your point, for Daniel Lim tonight.
I think Moreno's just big.
Yeah.
He's a big welterweight, even at 18 years old.
Nice combination there by Lim, though. He's undaunted by the natural size of the youngster.
You know, Goldie, you'd mentioned there's a lot of hype about Moreno, but I mean, he's in tough tonight. He's got a guy who's 10-0 and is
coming to win.
Coming to win, exactly.
Lim turned pro, as did Moreno at age 15. Daniel Lim opened his professional career at super flyweight.
Now you can see Lim, he knows how to fight. He knows how to fight a taller man. He's jabbing low, throwing the overhand right over the top. Just grazed with a few of those so far as another one.
And Moreno making a common mistake for young fighters, going straight back like that.
Yep.
Putting him in position to get hit because Lim is following him.
Especially for a tall guy to go straight back into the ropes that way.
And for both of these men, this is the toughest opponent they have faced.
Oh, big right hand from Lim. Big left hook from Moreno.
I think Moreno's trying too hard to be impressive. You know, sometimes when you're a young man, you want to impress so badly in this kind of stage, you sort of get ahead of yourself. He's got to try to relax and use what got him here. Thus far in his career, it seems like he's trying too hard to land bigger shots. And Lim taking advantage, calmly and cautiously.
Both men surrounded by very high level and former world champion fighters. Mentioned in the open that Moreno has sparred with the likes of Tim Tszyu, started working with Jose Benavides Jr. at a very young age.
Another right hand there by Lim.
10 seconds, Jimmy, 10 seconds.
Lim certainly more calculated around 1.
Ay sa kayo kuan na win to butangi yang wakil win ayo sa kayo sa kuan na sakdi lang sa tusok-tusokon lang sa nimo siya dire unahan nimo bag tusokon nimo siya tiyan firme ayan na nimo siya kalitod sa taas nalagsa sa taas ha pag sumbag siya dipinsan lang nimo pag sumbag siya dipinsan lang nimo ha kami kayo short lang kayo sakitan mo siya.
And the corner of Emiliano Moreno. Trained by his father, Jaime. The team led by manager Ray Fry brought Jesus Sriracho here to ProBox TV. Sriracho handed Cesar Francis his first career loss. Round number 2. Silver and blue trunks for the 18-year-old. Fighting out of Long Beach, California, Daniel Lim from the Philippines, fighting out of his home country for the first time in the blue trunks.
Moreno came out with a jab in the second round
and
having more success.
No. Keep it clean, gentlemen.
Nice control of range there by Moreno, getting just out for the counters and coming right back in and countering the counters.
Yeah, I think you're right, champ. I think in the first round, he was just trying too hard to impress, trying to land big shots. Now he's coming out with his jab, keeping that range, using that height.
Sometimes it's just that simple. Use your jab consistently, and you keep the, especially when there's this much of a height disparity, you can control the range with that jab. Lim lands out the right hand there.
All right, you see, he's got Lim a little more hesitant than he was in the first round, just with the jab alone.
Started at age 7, loved it. First time he sparred, he was just 8 years old. His manager, Ray Fry, said he's been going to the gym 6 times a week since age 12, when he started working with Benavides Jr.
Look at the difference. He's using that consistent jab. He's got Lim having to respect that range, and now in having to respect that range, Moreno's able to open up some other shots here. Again, if he's consistent with that jab, it seems like Lim is a little befuddled. Oh, right, good right hand there by Lim. And again, you can't, that's a mistake young fighters make sometimes, looking for something that's not there. They get too impatient, looking for the big shot instead of just creating it.
Yeah, we talk about the ProBox platform, but it's not a showcase platform. You're here to fight.
It's a show and make your case that you are amongst the elite.
I like that. That's a good one. Show up and make your case.
Yep. Counter right hand from Daniel Lim.
I'll tell you, I like Moreno when he's just using that left hand. I mean, he makes the round easier for himself. But when he starts looking for stuff that's not been created yet, that he gives Lim a chance to work his way back into the combinations.
And this is an 8-rounder. He has time. He can set up that jab for a few rounds, because it really does handcuff Lim.
Yep. Well, it's been clear this round.
Oh,
body shot.
Late in round number 2. Lim's up. That's one thing in the fighter interviews Moreno talked about. He loves going to the body.
5, 6.
Smart knee there, I think, to recover from him.
9. You want to continue? Listen, man, one more time. Fight's over, okay?
Moreno finishes the fight. It is all over, just like that. Wow!
Now, to the naked eye, it's going to look like the body shots did everything, which they did. But I'm telling you, it was the jab, setting up with the jab, controlling the distance, controlling the round with the jab. And this way, Lim now can't really get an anticipation for everything else you're trying to do. And it disguises the body shots. Once you drop something to the body, all of a sudden, it's a surprise attack on Lim because he's focusing on trying to get past that pesky jab that he just couldn't do.
TKO.
Couldn't deal with.
TKO.
That's literally going to come at 2:59 of the second round. Take a look at it.
There it is.
It was
that was countering the counter there. That was early in the round. So I was telling you, Lim went for the spear there, the Goldberg spear. There's the body shot there.
Yeah, I thought it was a straight shot. That was a looping right hand, went around the elbow.
But again, he disguised it with that
throwaway left hand.
Because now Lim was looking for those jabs, so he's biting on the throwaway left hand, and that was the last one to the body.
That was the liver shot. That's nice. He went to both sides. He went to the right side. He went to the left side. Right hand, left hand.
Good mix in the repertoire.
Yep.
And not surprisingly, as he's worked with Jose Benavides Jr., he loves big brother David Benavides. As the coaches and the team said, he likes to bang, he likes to go to the body, and we saw it on display here in round 2.
He was a little bit impatient, actually. I thought in the first round he looked for it too quickly, and he gave Lim an opportunity to land some shots. But in the second round, he settled in behind the jab, and he let those shots come. And that's something I think he's going to learn. He's only 18 years old. He's going to learn how to create those big shots instead of chasing after them. them when they're not there.
But very aggressive, Chris, once he had his opponent hurt.
Listen, I'm going to take that as a very impressive win. There was a little bit of frustration in that first round. He was getting hit with some shots, and then he got back to what works. He got back to the jab and ended the fight in the second round. I think that's a beautiful way to recover after a bit of a shaky first round.
So the 18-year-old moves to 8-0 and hands Daniel Lim of the Philippines his first professional defeat. We'll make it official here on ProBox TV. Some of the handiwork of young 18-year-old Emiliano Moreno. I like that left hook he used on frequent occasion.
And like your champ Chris said, you know, body shots from both sides got knockdowns.
Yeah, when he dropped him with the right, I was like, ooh, okay. Because he was throwing some good left hooks earlier. Once you got the guy hurt with that right hand, finish him off with the left.
He fights for his mother, Patty, who has MS, multiple sclerosis. He is very close with Mom, and he has this win for her. Here's Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to a halt at 2 minutes, 59 seconds of the second round due to the 3 knockdown rule. Your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Emiliano Moreno.
5th finish, 8-0 at just 18 years old. Doesn't turn 19 until May of next year. He was asked what Mom gave him as a gift for the last victory that he earned, and he told us Krispy Kreme donuts. Now that's when you know you have still a young son. You have an 18-year-old son, because he's digging the Krispy Kreme, and he enjoyed it, to say the least. Mike Goldberg, my powerful partners, the Magic Man, the former 2-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, former world champion, Chris Algieri. At 18 years old, he overcame the frustration, as you talked about and Paulie talked about, but I love the way that he let go of that clock, and he said, all right, he's down, he's up, let's finish this fight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could see he has that urgency to kill in there, and that was impressive too. He had his man hurt. He had some a little bumps in the road in the first round. Got back to the jab, got back to the fundamentals, like you said, champ. And then that really just shut down Lim, opened up his offense, hurt him, and got him out of there.
And
love it.
Again, the frustration early is when you have high expectations, Paulie, you tend to force things a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of know that people are looking at you in a certain kind of way, and then, you know, you want to live up to the hype, but, you know, that's part of the learning process, part of the maturation process. He settled in, and that's the way you adjust yourself.
Indeed, and someone who has done that, you, and also John Porter, who is part, of course, of our ProBox TV family. It is all about boxing for you, 24/7, 365.
Firstly, I want to thank Chris for not co-signing. When you do this right here, you're not co-signing.
Is that what that means, Sean? So whenever I see you do that, I just thought you didn't want to be involved in the controversy.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Come on,
listen.
You're not co-signing, meaning you're stepping out.
Yes. But the first time I saw that clip, y'all, my blood was boiling.
But I think in between he did give you some credit, though, right? I think it's taken out of context a little bit, right?
I mean, that was an edited clip.
Yes, he did.
All I saw was what we just saw right now. I have so much love for Tim, and like in my mind, we're brothers, and I've never said anything disrespectful. I was on another level. Tim, be careful. And why y'all keeping me away from Tim? Why have I not done a show with Tim yet? I did interviews, and people who were interviewing me were telling me, hey, you know, this might not go to, how do you feel? I'm not, other people talking is no problem, but when the fighter talks, that's when I That's when I got issues, especially again when I thought that we were brothers in arms, and he turned his back on me. I'm hurt, y'all. I'm hurt.
Now he did say some respectful things, but of course, why would we play that?
Why are you not playing that?
There's no reason to play that.
Welcome to ProBox. This is an instigator area.
Welcome to the media.
Sean does have a point. That's no fun. The nice stuff's no fun. You got to go to the meat and potatoes that are going to get
people love a little bit of controversy.
Yes, they do.
You know, it's just the way we live in, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Yes. Tail of the tape for our next fight of the night. It is a middleweight matchup. We welcome Jimmy "Kill Rain" Kelly back to ProBox TV as 5 years younger than his opponent, much taller, and will have an 1.5 inch reach advantage against Johan Jose Velasco from Argentina. Once again, with the official introductions, we get it in the ring to Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the middleweight division. Your judges, Shami Shipman, Michael Ross, and Thomas Nardoni. And your referee in charge is Alicia Collins. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black with gold. He weighed in at 158.6 pounds. His record, 24 wins, 5 losses with 15 wins by knockout. From Jujuy, Palpala, Argentina, the former world title challenger, Juan Jose El Pitbull Velasco. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white, orange, and green. He weighed in at 159.4 pounds. His record, 27 wins, 3 losses with 10 wins by knockout. From Manchester, United Kingdom, also former world title challenger, he is Jimmy "Kill Rain" Kelly.
Your trunks are good. Your trunks are good right here. Gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Please obey my command to protect yourself at all times. Touch them up if you want to. Go back.
Velasco and Kelly, scheduled for 10 rounds in the middleweight division. Manchester, England, against El Pitbull out of Argentina.
And Goldie, I'm looking at comments. They're saying that you butchered Juan, so we got to let them know at home. The guy likes to be called Juan.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
And even more.
even I thought Goldie butchered it at first, but no, he wants to be called Juan.
Here we go. It's time to fight. We were in our production meeting, Paulie, and Claudia Trejos mentioned Johan and Juan, not Johan Manuel Marquez, agreed. So I know Juan. That's easier.
His mama called him Juan. We're going to call him Juan.
You know what? We're going to just call him El Pitbull now. But thank you for supporting me, Paulie.
All good, you know.
I butchered some names, but not Juan.
That was almost like in Dumb and Dumber when he butchered the.
Yeah. or I could say I butchered 1 or 2 names, right?
1 or 2. See? Let's get back to the action.
Yeah,
Jimmy "Kill Rain" Kelly back, former world title challenger.
Jimmy's been a little bit grumpy. Not his pleasant self since he's been here from the UK. And you saw no glove tap. Yeah, he wants to send a statement again tonight.
Well, you know what? He's in fight mode. He wants to get back to those big fights, and that's what he's here tonight to do. He needs a performance that is worthy of being looked at among the elite. And you know what? The middleweight division is pretty wide open, Goldie. So he gets himself a good win here, and you never know. I mean, listen, the guy that just lost the title at Janabek, the IBF title, what was his name? That was one of the worst world champions I ever saw.
Yeah.
So you think about the open landscape of the middleweight division. Jimmy Kelly still fits in very nicely.
That guy was so bad, he fought 2 weeks ago. We still don't remember his name.
And it's a shame because he was Italian German.
I know. Yeah.
When he made his debut, when Jimmy Kelly made his debut here on ProBox TV, he defeated 28-0 Kanat Islam. Oh, that got him a big fight. He has since won again here on ProBox TV back in February. And Kelly coming out aggressively.
There's a big counter right from Velasco actually a few moments ago.
Black trumps for Velasco, Chris, and Kelly in the white, orange, and green.
Ooh. Yeah, Kelly, a guy who's been around the block a few times, you know, so he kind of knows his way around the ring, and he's got a. I know he wants to be impressive here tonight. He wants to get himself back into the big time, but it's important that. Getting a little feisty in there on the inside.
Champ, you mentioned he's been around the block. He's been around the ProBox block a few times. I believe this is his third appearance on our air.
Where was Velasco going? He was going through neutral corner where Kelly was.
you know they want to get away from the guy when they're.
It's like, dude, on the other side.
Do not retaliate. Let me do my job, okay? Box.
I like that. Taking control.
Right hand there by Kelly, right down the middle. That's one of those questions where the shorter shot gets there first. That's why you throw fundamentally sound punches so that you can beat your man to the punch.
Good punch selection here from Kelly.
I was going to say, Chris, changing levels nicely, mixing it up.
Yep, and getting even in between the gloves is Velasco's high guard.
A lot of power punches today from Kelly. Normally, much more of a jabber, set shots up, but he's coming out guns blazing tonight.
Yeah, well, Goldie said, he looked like he had his game face on this week. And he's fighting with that main streak tonight.
E quando puder, no aplicativo, em todo momento, tu pode ganhar esse cabrão, Velasco. Ele não tem nada, ele deu tudo que ele queria, ok? Pero certo e bem abaixo, ok? Right in his place. Perfect. Feel good? Feel busy.
A shot at some of the extracurriculars we had.
Oh, that's what it is. Kelly says, hey, protect yourself at all times. You're gonna be talking to the referee like that, I'll throw some punches. Could be looked at as a cheap shot, but at the same time, I mean, it's up to Velasco. He's a veteran enough that he should know to protect himself at all times.
Both of these men with a lot of rounds in their professional career. Velasco in the black trunks, Jimmy Kelly in the white, orange, and green. Both former world title challengers, and Velasco with a nice hook that connected.
A few seconds before that, it was Kelly with a good right hand, good change of height there as he took the jab to the body and the right hand to the head.
December 19, 2015 was the first professional loss on the ledger of Jimmy Kelly. He lost to then 21-0-1 Liam Smith for the WBO Super Welterweight World Championship. First career loss for Velasco was an 8th round TKO defeat at the hands of Regis Prograis in July of 2018. Both have been in tough.
Yeah, Velasco is looking to the ref quite a bit here in round one and in round number two here. That's not a good sign. Velasco's a guy who a few fights ago quit on a stool against young Callum Walsh. And he's about 20 pounds up from when those fights you mentioned. He fought Regis Prograis at 140 a couple years ago. This fight's being contested at 160. So he's one of those guys that you can beat the fight out of him.
And it was interesting when we talked to him about that in the fighter interviews. He basically said, I felt ill, I just didn't feel well.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of complaining here as well.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, the ref's like, all right, guy, you want to fight or you don't want to fight?
And Jimmy Kelly's happy to finish him quickly if that's what he wants.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Kelly knew what the assignment was. You guys said he wants an impressive performance, but also he knows what he has in front of him. Yes. A much smaller man. This guy's a little bit long in the tooth. The guy who doesn't really belong in this weight class, and he's already quit. He's seen him quit before.
You can kind of see he's starting to already mail it in here.
Yeah, we're only in the second round.
Yeah, if Kelly good little uppercut. And that's the thing, you don't want to give Velasco any opportunity to get confident by landing any decent shots.
Kelly being smart to stay focused on the body here.
Kelly laser focused.
His head, you keep your head up. Box.
Do not push his head down, you keep your head up.
Yeah, sometimes one causes the other. I remember if I had guys trying to lean in with their heads and trying to butt me, I would push their heads down, get their head out of my way.
Keep them up, Brad. Keep them up.
Kelly doing a good job picking those right hands.
Oh, Kelly tried to jump in. He's got to be careful on getting that clash of heads. His head almost got there before the hook.
Yeah. Switch of stance for Velasco late here in this round.
Mesmo que tu não tá lá por la mano, pero presiona ellos. Vamos ganar, campeón. Vamos ganar para Argentina.
Javier Hernandez in the corner of Velasco. Anthony Farnell in the corner of Jimmy Kelly.
Do you guys read these comments? I've never read the comments as well on live. It's the first time I just go ahead and glance. I mean, these guys are shot.
Gotta love the fans.
Not want to read the comments.
He said, one guy named Pocket says, Baldy is mad, showing some spunk because he's pissed at the haters in the comment section.
Oh, Velasco's coming back right now.
Maybe Velasco looks like he's got mad, trying to fight back. Maybe he doesn't like the shade we've been throwing at him.
Yeah, really. I mean, he ran back to the corner like he was excited to be here all of a sudden. So
still complaining though. Still complaining.
2 weeks notice for this fight for Velasco. Came in from Argentina on Sunday. Jimmy Kelly and his team came in about 8 days ago to acclimate here in the U.S., coming in from the UK. And as Jimmy pointed out, the weather's always going to be better when you leave Manchester, England.
Especially in the winter.
Yes.
I mean, not too many places better than Florida for the winter. Good body shots there by...
Except maybe Arizona, Paul.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, nice stab jab there in the middle of that combination. Talk about the punch variation from Kelly tonight. That was a nice...
Yeah, and he's keeping them nice and short now.
Yeah, he's not overthrowing the punches like he was earlier.
He might, before he was trying to maybe get a highlight reel knockout, throwing some harder punches. Now he's starting to really put in some accuracy, and he's digging more to the body. That's where he's putting the mustard, a little extra mustard in there. But to the head, he seems like he's picking his shots skillfully now.
And this is more what we're used to from Jimmy Kelly. He sets his shots up. He's a good jabber. He's a good boxer.
Yeah, good technician.
Yes.
Was in camp with Chris Eubank Jr. in preparation for the first fight against Liam Smith. The same Liam Smith who handed Jimmy Kelly his first professional defeat.
Velasco's very vocal tonight, no, guys?
Yeah.
He's talking to Kelly, he's talking to the ref. Oh, is that low? You know, Velasco took it into his own hands. Velasco said, all right, you're gonna go low, I'm gonna go low.
Can't do that. You did that on
Also,
purpose.
remember, when a guy wants to mail it in, keep in mind they don't mind getting themselves DQ'd either. Just keep in mind, that's one of the, let's see here, definitely intentionally low. I mean, that could be a get-back one. That could be a get-back one. If he keeps doing it, then he's looking for a different way to get out of the fight. But I can almost figure that one as a get-back one. Good little body shot there by Kelly on the counter. A little catch-and-shoot uppercut as well.
Kelly staying right in the face of Velasco. Velasco fires back.
Every once in a while, you see flashes from Velasco. He lets those hands go, lands some good punches. You know, he's no slouch.
He's fought Mario Barrios, the Dominican Elvis Rodriguez. One of the 5 defeats in Velasco's career.
And he was stopped by all those guys.
Yes, he was.
He's gaining a little bit of confidence here.
See, that's dangerous when you let a guy like Velasco get into a fight like this. Because, like I said, he's no slouch. He's the kind of guy, you know, he'll mail it in unless he thinks he can win, and then he's going to fight you.
Yeah. He was finished in 4 of his 5 career defeats, Chris, much to your point.
And he's got the Bustelo sponsor on the back of his trunks, the coffee. Maybe he has some coffee the way he's acting right now.
He might have had coffee between rounds. That's what I drink in my house, Bustelo. Strong. It's like nitro.
Does it get you like Velasco?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's my secret to the sparring sessions.
All right. A little right hand at Velasco. He was happy with that one. You let Jimmy know it.
You mentioned Jimmy needs to be careful diving in more for the headbutt. So that one he dove in and got time.
Yeah.
That's not his style. That's not the way he normally fights. He's best when he's working behind the jab.
Yeah, it seems like at times he's looking for something more than what he's normally acclimated to looking for.
Sometimes when you have an expectation of the guy in front of you and they turn out to be a little bit different, it can really throw off your game plan. I think Jimmy Kelly and his team thought this was going to be a little bit easier road.
Back up, please. Back
I will say that we talked about being finished in 4 of 5 losses, but the opponent's records in the men who have had their arm raised in a fight against Velasquez, a combined 84-2-1. That is high-level competition. Round number 4 scheduled for 10. Velasquez in the black trunks. Jimmy Kelly white, orange, and green goes to the body.
Stop!
Always honors his late mother, his mom on the back of his trunks before every fight. Kelly takes a blade of grass from his mother's gravesite and places it in his hand wraps. His father, former amateur boxer born in Ireland, thus the nickname Kilrain.
Oh, good right hand from Velasco.
But you see, when Jimmy fights this fight, which is his fight, you know, there's going to be fewer and further between from Velasco. He may throw a couple of decent shots there, but it's going to be the consistency of Kelly that's going to break a guy who's susceptible to being mentally broken like Velasco. See, now we're starting to see some of that from Kelly. Not trying too hard, just positioning, nice, good shot selection, digging hard to the body while being more precise to the head. And that's the style of Jimmy Kelly when he's fighting, when he's on.
Yeah, he's a very workmanlike guy. He breaks you down, he chops you up. He's not a one-punch guy. He's not a load-up guy. It's this kind of shot.
Technician.
Yep.
Methodical and systematic.
Nice. There you go.
You always got to know to fight your fight. You know, we all have the better fight that we try to fight, and then, you know, the fight we get sucked into sometimes, you know. But when you're a veteran of this level, you kind of know the best fight for you. And I think Jimmy maybe have gotten a little bit emotional early on because he was in a mean streak, but now I think he's starting to go back to what he does best.
Met Dennis Hogan early in his career. Really catapulted into a big fight off of the victory here on ProBox, Paulie, against Kanat Islam.
Yeah, that got him the title shot against Munguia. Well, fight which he was doing pretty good. He got stopped, but until that moment, I mean, that fight turned on its head quickly for Kelly because he was actually doing well, and then all of a sudden got himself stopped. But the power of Munguia tends to do that.
And he did talk about how powerful he was, and Munguia did miss weight, rehydrated. Jimmy didn't have a lot of nice things to say when asked about that fight at the Honda Center.
Kelly doing a really nice job this round. Very methodical, chopping away at the midsection of Velasco, setting things up with a jab, keeping good distance.
Southpaw now.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
This is the kind of round that you can break a guy. This is what Jimmy Kelly needs to do to win this fight handily.
Yeah, and Velasco's not making any funny faces anymore. Now it got serious for Velasco.
Yeah, he got to hit a lot that round.
Because he had to work for all 3 minutes.
That was the most one-sided round he's had so far.
Escúchame. Vivo, ok? Vivo. Velasquito, es tu momento, ok? Tu momento. Quinto round, ¿eh? Oh, mira, tú necesitas de tu corazón que lo está haciendo. Lo está haciendo lindo. So what's that? That's why she stopped me then. Oh no, California real bread, it's called. Los Angeles real. Now deep breath, right? Honestly, you go in here, right? You're going to get into that jab. And as soon as Mark comes in,
Jimmy Kelly rebounded from that fight against Munguia with a win here at ProBox back on February 22nd. So this is third fight here on ProBox TV, second of 2023.
Clash of heads there.
Yep.
Accident on the head, bud.
Even the referee appears to be getting frustrated.
It was an accident.
Velasco looked like he was looking for a cut there. He asked his corner, and he's like, "Get my cut."
Let's see.
Look, he actually lands a good right hand on Kelly, and then bang, heads come together.
Unfortunately for Velasco, there's no cut to get him out of the fight.
Right.
But he's trying anyway.
Yeah,
he might be saying, "I can't see." Let's see. So, yeah, he's gonna have a doctor in there. Yeah, he's gonna give it a shot anyway. So, you know, we're not cutting. Well, maybe I'll just say I can't see.
Are you ready to fight? Yes or no?
Anyway.
Are you ready to fight?
Maybe the referee doesn't want to hear it, and then eventually Velasco's like, "All right, fine, I'll fight."
I have a feeling we're going to see the last hurrah from Velasco.
Yeah, that's what you tend to see sometimes. They go for broke one last time,
and then he's going to fail.
That is it.
No, you don't hit me. You don't swing at me.
As I mentioned, one way to get yourself out of the fight is to get yourself disqualified.
He looks okay with it.
DQ. Hit striking the referee. Done. Fight is over. Go to your
Fight is over.
Which is what Velasco wanted anyway.
Yes, exactly.
But at least now he has an excuse to say, "Hey, you know what? The referee wasn't fair."
Striking me. Fight is over.
They're about to have it.
There's still
Jimmy was going Irish bare knuckle style.
Well, let us not forget Jake Kilrain.
Jimmy said, "Don't leave me hanging, dude. I'm saying good fight."
Yep. Kilrain taken from the 1800s bare knuckle boxer, Jake Kilrain.
And Velasco doesn't even want to be in the ring with him anymore. He's disgusted.
Velasco's halfway to Argentina already.
Well, and the referee be happy to basically escort him to his ride to the airport. And now his team telling him to show some class and sportsmanship, get back in the ring. Here's the replay. Watch the push.
I think the writing was on the wall for this one.
Yeah, you can't put your hands on a ref, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually before. I think before this, he put his hands on the ref.
It was Paulie. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was the second time.
Yeah, that was. I mean, the second time it was a little less actually. The first one was more.
Yeah, it looked like he came more at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And again, I mean, he was even from the butt. He was already looking for a way out. Once he wasn't cut, he was like, he was already committed to quitting if there was a cut.
He came out to try and butt Kelly right away too.
You're good. I'm sorry.
And the referee did a good job of talking to both fighters throughout the matchup, but still, this happens.
See, he came in with his head. That was right after the break.
I don't mind if I get hit, but.
The last hurrah we spoke about.
Jimmy gets his head in there, of course, because Jimmy's a better. Now there's a little bit of ramming in there.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
the push for the referee.
Yeah. And then he does it again, yeah. She gave him, she probably would have let the first one go.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted to fight. I mean, guys that do this, sometimes I think they don't think about the fact that you got ex-fighters on the panel here in the commentating booth, and we kind of read through these little motions they do, you know?
We saw that coming rounds ahead.
Yeah.
And maybe even in the fighter interviews when he talked about, I just didn't feel well in my last fight. And we were trying to say, they stopped it. The doctor stopped it. He's like, no, I didn't come out for the fifth. Okay. All right, Mark Lichtenfeld to make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue corner is disqualified for hitting the referee in the 5th round. Your winner by disqualification, Jimmy Kilrain Kelly.
Jimmy looks like he still wants to fight.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy wants to show his sportsmanship, his character and class, and he's not getting it back, and that offends him, and I don't blame him.
Jimmy came in the ring in a bad mood. He probably thought he was going to get a win and leave the ring in a good mood, but I think Jimmy's leaving the ring in a bad mood too.
The fight that Jimmy was putting on, though, was methodical, systematic, and effective.
Yeah, and it was the most consistent round he just had, if you remember.
Yeah, I mean, these guys were at each other's throats from pretty much from first round. Jimmy came out really swinging big shots, but once he slowed down, settled down, started going to the body, You saw more and more of Velasco. Less and less was able to land shots. More and more complaining with the referee. More and more looking for ways out of the fight. Here we see Jimmy doing some nice work. There's a nice counter right hand from Velasco. But for the most part, after the third round, it was all Jimmy just going in there, breaking him down. There we saw the clash of heads, and that's where we saw the writing on the wall.
And there's a little ram battle going on over here. There's Jimmy's head. There's Velasco's head back.
Luckily, nobody got cut. And then you saw the little punch to the referee, and then he swipes his arm away.
And again, the referee took command of the extracurriculars early on and kept that pace, and then made the right decision.
That's the kind of fight they can get away from you real quick.
Yep.
Because from early on, there was a little bit of tit for tat.
No, she was on it, definitely on it. And even like I said, she might have let that first one go, but the second one, you can't. You gotta make that decision, and that was the right one.
Well, it's another win for Jimmy Kelly here on ProBox TV. Coming up next, our co-main event of the evening for the WBA Continental North America lightweight belt. Justin Pauldo, 16-1, 7 finishes against the Joker, Jahyae Perez. 14 wins, 11 finishes. That is our co-main event. That fight is coming up next. Once again with my powerful partners, that one was different, I guess you could say. Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri. Let's move forward to the $1 Million Man. We saw Justin Pauldo before. He was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I say this time and time again. We got 2 main events every night here on Wednesday night fights on ProBox TV. This is like every other. I mean, this fight's awesome. This very well could be the main event on any other card. Very much so looking forward to these fights. Both men know how important this fight is. They know what this platform can do for them, and they're both very talented. So I think it's a great matchup.
And Jahyae Perez has been in tough. I mean, he's coming off a fight against Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, Jojo Diaz, who showed up overweight. He blamed him coming up short on the fact that Jojo was, quote unquote unprofessional and showed up overweight. He's also, been in the ring with Frank Martin, and he's been at the high level, come up just short, and he's kind of got to come back down to this level to see if he can get back up to that level. And Pauldo is a good matchup for that. If he can get a win over Pauldo, I mean, Pauldo for me looked world class last time, So if he can get a win over Pauldo, I mean, he'll really show that he's overcome that deficiency to not be able to win at this level. But otherwise, Perez has shown he can't win at this level, so tonight's going to give us some answers.
It should be an interesting one, the $1 Million Man and the Joker. 10 rounds for the WBA Continental North America belt. We started the night with the 18-year-old Moreno against the Filipino Daniel Lim, and it was Moreno impressively stopping him late in round number 2. Of course, the Philippines is known for having some excellent boxers over the many, many decades of this great sport, including this one.
In this point, I think I have a lot more one more time. It's just that I have to be challenged, to be mentally, physically challenged to see myself beyond what I can do. To be able to focus mentally, physically, and be determined enough to be how I trained back in the days. My body just hurts, and this is why I'm taking the time off to just heal everything and see what I can go from there. I mean, like you said, I still have the fighter in me. I want to fight. I want to fight the best out there. If you give me Inoue right here, right now, or anybody else at the top level, I'll say yes, because that's just the type of person that I am. I want to fight the best out there. But obviously, the body in itself we have to kind of take care of it. You know what? I don't care what weight you are. I'll fight you regardless, And so we fought, and I rocked them, and I almost knocked them out. And it was a 5-round fight, by the way, because we were both elite amateurs that they said we couldn't do 6, but you guys can do 5. So it was a 5-round fight. And I thought I won that fight as well. And again, another heartbroken decision that left me feeling like I'm done with the game.
And then you're done. So you're done.
Justin Pauldo versus Jahyae Perez in the ring. Two guys with a lot on the line with a huge platform here on ProBox TV.
Yes, sir.
Tail tape look at both these guys. Age is about the same. 2-inch height advantage for Jahyae Perez, but a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Justin Pauldo. Both guys coming into underneath the lightweight limit at 134.4.
Yeah, a real crossroads match here. I mean, same age.
Yep.
Obviously, the rest of the numbers are going to be similar to the same weight class, but even at the same point in their careers here with the same age, and a real crossroads matchup is a win very, very important for both guys.
A lot to prove for both men here.
Set for our co-main event of the evening with the North America lightweight title and the WBA on the line. Here is Mark Lichtenfeld.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division for the vacant WBA Continental North America's title. WBA supervisor at ringside is Julio Time. Your judges for this bout, Tito Wilgo, Shami Shipman, and Michael Ross. And your referee in charge is Chris Young. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white with red. He weighed in at 134.4 pounds. His record, 14 wins, 3 losses with 1 draw, 11 wins by knockout. From Oak Hills, California, please welcome Jahyae the Joker Perez. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white with red and blue, also weighing in at 134.4 pounds. His record, 16 wins, just 1 loss, with 7 wins by knockout. From Orlando, Florida, he is Justin, the $1 Million Man, Pauldo!
Red corner, blue corner. All right, Jimmy, this is for the WBA title. You know what time it is. Fight hard, fight clean, touch him up.
Co-main event of the evening, Justin Pauldo, Jahyae Perez. Scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Third fight of 2023 for Jahyae Perez. Second straight fight here on ProBox TV for Justin Pauldo.
Blue corner, you ready? Bail!
Here we go. It's time to fight. White, red, and blue trunks sported by Justin Pauldo. The silver and red for Jahyae Perez.
I've been excited about this one all week, especially after the fighter interviews that we had with these guys. Both men had all the right answers for guys that want to win.
And have worked with tremendous teams. And of course, back in August, when we saw Justin Pauldo for the first time here on ProBox TV, he had just moved his entire family to Texas to train with Ronnie Shields.
And he looked fantastic that night.
He did.
Very, very impressive.
A good sense of range here as he steps just out of range. He's got Perez reaching a little bit early on.
Yeah, Pauldo, good boxer, good speed, explosiveness. Nice judge of range, defensively sound. Got a little pop too. Not a huge puncher, but respectable power.
A good little rhythm too. You see the subtle feints in there, trying to work his way into range.
Nice head movement there.
And Perez is going to have to figure out a way to make up for the speed deficiency he has with Pauldo. He's going to have to figure out different ways of doing that. Otherwise, Pauldo can sort of get too far ahead of you with that speed and those kind of combination punching when he gets in range.
Now, the intangible that Perez has, though, is that in-ring experience. He's been in with the much higher level of competition.
Been on some big cards, too.
Yeah, I think that'll give him the confidence to have the staying power to be in this fight. And that's the part of it there.
Heavy shots from both men here in round number 1.
And Perez certainly had the air of confidence all week long. between the fighter meetings and just seeing him around campus. Ooh, good right hand there from Pauldo. Splits the guard.
Yeah, you got Perez going straight back on a double jab. When you go straight back, make it easier for Pauldo to follow with the right hand through his guard.
It's the step-up fights that Perez has not been able to hurdle above.
Yeah,
thus you see a guy like Pauldo and Perez.
Yeah, and I kind of look at Pauldo as one of those guys. You know, he hasn't had that step-up fight yet, but he's kind of on his way to it, right? And he's been looking impressive on the way there. Perez is sort of, you know, back at this level, looking to a good catch and shoot there by Pauldo. And Perez is kind of at this level, trying to work his way back up, trying to get the key win that he hasn't been able to get.
Oh, good body shot there from Perez. Changed that shot up. I was about to say, Pauldo has such a good active defense. He moved those arms. He's very aware of where the punches are coming from. He has long arms. He's able to cover up his torso quite well, but counters beautifully like that.
Love the double counter late in the round.
¿Ok? Porque él es rápido, te está queriendo cazar. So, no te confíes, las manos las quiero arriba. Y acuérdate, cuando te hagas para atrás, no bajes la mano porque te puede llegar un golpe. Porque si vas para atrás, sube las manos para arriba. Y cuando te metas, ahí relax, you see it. Keep moving, stay on the move. Good job. Have another one.
Seconds out.
2 weeks away from another Wednesday night fights, ProBox TV. We got Orlando Gonzalez versus Jorge Castañeda for the WBA Continental North America's super featherweight title. Don't want to miss it.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2
Wednesday night
weeks.
fight series on the money.
I mean, what else are you doing on Wednesday nights besides watching great fights?
We don't take off that many Wednesdays, man. I think we're on through December 13th. I think then we're off for the end of the year. Oh, shot there by Perez, right?
No, it was from Pauldo. Nice right hand right there. Split the defense of Perez very nicely. Ooh, just missed with that right hand.
And that's the thing about Pauldo, right? He gets in close. He throws the shorter shots, the speedy shots, take you by surprise, and ends up making you gun shy. So Perez has to be careful while at the same time staying active. Perez doing a good job with a couple of good body shots, though, Jim.
Yeah, no, he's switching them up a little bit because, like I said about the active defense about Pauldo, you know, Perez is no slouch, man. He's in there, he's picking his shots, he's finding his moments. Just a little outspeeded at this point.
Sharp left jab there from Pauldo. One thing about the jabber, you can always jab with the jabber, right? So you'd like to see Perez maybe using his own jab. I like the way he's changing levels. He's at least forcing Pauldo, despite the speed advantage, to respect him. Good check hook there by Pauldo. Pauldo not opening up completely yet.
Pauldo with some really nice feints, too. Stays right in front of his man, has active defense, uses those feints to set shots up. Ooh, good jab there from Perez. Now, Perez needs to do that and then press forward. He landed a jab and then took a step back. Good double, triple left hook there from Pauldo. Yeah, the speed is the difference here. That shot rocked him.
Yeah, got him behind the ear a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think Pauldo sees it now. Pauldo, a good, what I call position fighter champ. You know, he's the kind of guy who, you know, even while on defense, keeps his hands in good punch position, his balance a good punch position, and that gives him the ability to punch with you and punch in between you.
That was very impressive for Pauldo to recognize that he hurt his man. A lot of times when you're that close, you don't see it. And your corner's yelling at you, he's hurt. But he saw it himself.
Good combination down the inside and leaking blood. Now is Perez. He's going to bust up our suit if he doesn't get off the ropes on top of his champ. That uppercut has got Perez's nose leaking. I don't know if it's broken, but
got me.
There it goes. Nice one. We knew we were bound for it when his nose was leaking.
Yeah, it's bleeding bad. He's right in front of us on the ropes. Pauldo is really just walking him down, looking to put the icing on the cake here. Dodging blood. Oh,
Is Pauldo cut?
I don't know if he's cut or if that's blood from Perez, but there's blood all over both guys now. That nose.
Yeah, that uppercut really did the job.
Heated up.
See the shot. There's a counter right hand. That was a nice counter right hand.
Beautiful shot. That's what had Perez in trouble early in the round, and Pauldo did not let off.
Man,
that nose is going to be an issue.
Pauldo told us he has not stopped training since his last fight here on August 23rd. That was his first career 10-rounder. He went the distance, earned the victory. As our co-main event continues, Pauldo in the white, red, and blue, silver and red for Jahyae Perez. Big shot landing for the $1 Million Man in the last round, and now Perez trying to answer, going wide to the body. Perez has fought on the same card as Sebastian Fundora, Brian Mendoza, Brandon Lee, Jermell Charlo, Castano, Bouts, Tank, Leo Santa Cruz. He has been on some big cards under the spotlight. But tonight, the only light he needs to get out of the way of is the one flashing brightly from Justin Pauldo.
Yeah, and Pauldo's starting to grow in confidence now. And you can see it.
Well, he's got a fountain of blood coming out of the nose of Perez. He's been able to pick him off at mid-range. And his defense is tight enough that he's able to walk Perez down, keep the pressure on him right in front of him without getting hit with any big shots.
16-1 record for Justin Pauldo, 12 consecutive victories since his lone professional defeat. Knows on Jahyae Perez that he's going against a durable man who has only lost to good fighters. He did say he thought Perez was more of a straight come forward kind of brawler.
Perez's game though.
He is indeed. And I think that's probably what he was alluding to. Justin said he wants to showcase all his skills. And thus far, he's doing a pretty good job of that.
Having trouble defending against those chopping right hands from Pauldo. That was a good hard one around the ear. But Perez coming back with some good body work.
Yeah, Perez has been trying to target the body. I think that was probably part of the early game plan, knowing that Pauldo had this kind of speed, maybe to slow him down a little bit. They trade left hooks there.
Pauldo's tough. Look at his body type. He has a short torso with long arms. Those guys are often very good at protecting their body.
And again, he plays the position game very, very well. Even when you're shooting shots at him, he keeps very well balanced, hands in good position. So not only is he able to defend well, but he's also able to fire back well.
Ooh, good left hand after the chopping right, Chris. Double jab.
Smart to use that jab even at the middle distance like that, especially when you got a guy whose nose is leaking the way that Perez is.
Yeah, that's actually, sometimes it's uncomfortable for guys. You know, at that range, you're going to kind of bust their face up like a ramrod.
10 seconds.
I mean, people forget that jabs are not just scoring blows. They do damage as well.
No, chill out. Rinse him out. Extra one.
Latravia Pierce, top assistant to Ronnie Shields, handling the corner of Justin Pauldo along with his father Gene, his brother DeQuan, and also his brother Magic here.
Stop it. We're done.
Oh, stopping the fight.
It's over.
Fight's over.
Christopher Young has stopped the fight.
And that's the thing, the nose issues.
And you guys alluded to it. So Justin Pauldo's 2-0 here on ProBox TV.
Looking more and more impressive every time.
Yes.
I spoke to his brother and trainer, Daquan,
the same thing.
And he said that, you know, I told him how good his brother looked last time. He said, listen, he's even better than that. And he showed it tonight.
See, look at that replay. They might have busted up the nose. There's an uppercut, left hook. Is it there? There's the blood. You started to see it come down. That was the one. That was I actually thought even the last uppercut landed. It actually didn't. So it was a uppercut, left hook, missed uppercut. But the first uppercut already had done some major damage, and we took a couple of blood showers from it as well.
Yeah, it's one of the things about uppercuts that makes them so dangerous. They tend to do a lot of damage to the facial area, the nose, the eyes. A lot of times guys get cut from uppercuts.
Yeah.
Jaws get broken from uppercuts. Uppercuts are a very dangerous punch.
One of the risks of sitting ringside, too.
Yeah.
Well, we know why Pauldo moved his entire family to Texas to train under Ronnie Shields, but there's also a huge statement made when Ronnie Shields says, hey, move your family to Texas. I want to handle you 24/7.
Yep.
And we're seeing it in the maturation process, the evolution of Justin Pauldo, who has now won 13 straight and ups his record to 17-1. A lot of confidence in the camp of Justin Pauldo, and the $1 Million Man looked tremendous here tonight, earning another victory in our co-main event of the evening here on ProBox TV and capturing the WBA Continental North America lightweight belt. To make our co-main event official, once again, Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue corner is unable to answer the bell for the 4th round. Your winner by technical knockout, and now the WBA Continental North America's lightweight champion, Justin the $1 Million Man, Pauldo!
Justin Pauldo. Again, looking tremendous, and Chris, to your point, looking even better than he did in his first 10-rounder back in August.
Looking better against a game opponent, a guy who really showed up. And, you know, I don't want to knock Perez. He came, he tried, he was game, but just too much sauce from Pauldo, man. He looked awesome. The way I said about his defense was very smart. He was picking his punches really well. And once he found that chopping right hand, man, he had Perez hurt and didn't let up.
Yeah, and he's sharp, man. He plays that position game very, very well. Even when you're throwing shots at him, he stays in position to defend and throw back in between, and he did that so well. And of course, even when he gets you to, when he does fire in between, he gets you to stop punching, and then he continues. He follows up that initial assault with another assault. You know, so he plays that position game very, very well and knows how to take advantage of the proper positioning. And of course, it comes down to balance and fundamentals and hand position.
And guys, coming off that 2-year layoff, greatly due to the pandemic, he is making up for that lost time. He's on a rapid ascension now, Paulie.
Well, you know what? You're always welcome back to ProBox. If you know how to fight, if you entertain, you make good fights, you know, you're welcome to come here on ProBox, you know, and this is sort of a platform to get guys like this to excel enough to maybe get themselves a bigger fight, you know, and then, you know, this is sort of a breeding ground. This sort of, at ProBox, we separate the pretenders from the contenders, you know, we separate the men from the boys, so to speak, you know, and I think Pauldo is doing just that in these two fights. You know, I think he's separating himself from a little bit of a lesser class, and he's showing himself to be a guy who probably, in order to be tested, needs to be at a bit of a higher level.
And, I mean, he went the full 10 rounds in his ProBox TV debut. Tonight, he makes quick work of arguably, well, 14-3, 14-2 was Estella, but an opponent, Chris, on that same high level.
Yeah, I mean, there are no easy fights here, and I said that during the fighter meetings. That time, I go, you know, I know you're serious. You're taking 2 ProBox fights in a row, back to back. Yeah. There's no easy fights here, and you know that. He knows how tough these fights are. His first fight with us was not an easy fight either. He did really well, but he was so much better tonight against an even better opponent. So that really shows you where his trajectory really is going.
And then between the years, just the mental confidence soars.
Yeah, you can see too. I mean, he's obviously a kid who stays in the gym. He comes right back, looks even more impressive. You know, you also have to have that hunger and desire. It's also a little bit upon yourself. Take it upon yourself to stay busy enough to be in the gym so that you're ready when fights come your way and they're offered. And that's what Paulo's been able to do. I think, you know, he has a hungry demeanor. He has the right mindset, the skill set, and it all comes together when we showcase him here on these fights, in fights that are not meant to be showcases. Listen, these are fights that are meant to be a testing run for guys that are crossroads in their careers, and Pauldo keeps excelling with flying colors.
Yeah, and when asked, you know, how much time did he have to prepare? When did he start this camp? He said, I started the camp for tonight the minute after I stepped out of the ring with Estella.
Love that answer. That's what you want from a young fighter, a guy who's trying to make it, because that's what it takes.
Yep. And he shows the evolution. He shows his improvements here tonight. Moves to 17-1 in his professional career. All right, still our main event to come, but always 24/7, 365. We are here. We are your boxing channel, and man, you gotta love a good sparring session.
Feel it's my time, think it's my.
Because if I knew that we couldn't have the same weight class, I would have picked first.
At center ring and in the dressing room. You know, the referee has to come in the dressing room and tell us these rules beforehand.
I decided to go first, and then you tell me it can't be the same. I'm like, oh, boy.
Well, that's why in the future you should think before you know, I think a little surprise is good for this. It's good for your brain.
Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause for the ref. I like this ref.
I mean, he was able to do things that none of us have ever seen. I don't know if we're ever going to see a Roy Jones Jr. again.
You ever see the knockdown of Reggie Johnson? He throws a 1-2 in between Reggie Johnson's 1-2.
Yeah, in between the punches. So
Reggie's throwing a 1-2, and he throws a 1-2 and then slips at the same time.
Like Paul, you always talk about catch and shoot. Like, he beat the guy's punch to him. His opponent, Reggie started the punch, and he goes, I can get there quicker. It's like crazy. Yeah, he saw it, recognized it, fired.
Chris, I appreciate you going back in history, but I never saw that movie, so it's hard for me to judge that. And I have to hold that against you. And Paulie won that round 10-9, and it's a draw.
That knockdown was a slip. Now I'm going to the commission. That knockdown was a slip. I'm the champ. That knockdown was a slip.
They feel it's my time, think it's my.
Coming up next, it is our main event of the evening. That man is a bona fide finisher. Johan Gonzalez, 33 wins, 33 knockouts. Man, he looked good in his debut on ProBox TV. Tonight he takes on Guido Schramm, the Argentinian, 16-1-2 with 9 finishes, who did this camp in Hollywood at the Wild Card Gym. So a good one, as always, in our main event of the evening. Gonzalez, we talked about in the open. You talked about Gonzalez. You talked about Schramm. So now we'll flip it up. Chris, what do you like about Schramm in his game?
You know, even in the open, Paul was talking about his right hand, and he sets that up with that pawing kind of jab. If he sticks that jab, he's going to land that right hand even better. He's going to need it against a puncher like Gonzalez, because he's a come-forward two-fisted guy. So he's going to need to really keep that man at a distance to find that right hand and get the full extension and power on the punch.
Another finish for Gonzalez. Last time we saw him, but it took him all the way to the 5th round, Paulie.
It did. But you know what? It still counts as a finish no matter what round you get it in, as long as you get the finish.
That was one thing, though, that you had talked about, and we're going to set this main event up properly for you in a moment, but you talked about he's got to pace himself, because as the higher level of competition comes, he may still get the finishes, but it's going to take more work.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got to have the ability to pace himself so that he has the energy and the power still that's staying with him for those later part of the fights to get those finishes if he builds up to them.
And as Chris pointed out, he's got a very tough opponent in front of him tonight. It is our main event of the evening. It's scheduled for 10 at super welterweight, and it's coming up next.
On the next Wednesday night fights, November 15th, don't miss the $1 Million Man, Justin Pauldo faced Jahyae the Joker Perez, live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City.
Welcome to Big Fight Preview, 8 o'clock. Wednesday night, it's going down on ProBox TV, the Wednesday night fight series. I'm George Jahyae. Shortly, you'll see Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri. We got 2 of the big fighters fighting that night, Justin Pauldo and Jahyae Perez. And by the way, guys, thank you for joining us. You two have 2 of the best nicknames in boxing. Justin $1 Million Man Pauldo and Jahyae the Joker Perez. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe to ProBox TV, 8 o'clock. It is going down. Wednesday night fights. Paulie Malignaggi, we got a good one as always.
Oh yeah, Wednesday night fight series. We're always giving you burners, dynamite. Perez and Pauldo have delivered in the past, and they'll deliver it again.
You can expect me to go out and put on a great win, and I know it's a lot at stake. This fight can continue to move me forward in my career, so I took it very seriously. I had a great training camp, and I'm coming to put on a great show. Yes, it's all great competitive matchups, so I'm expecting his best, and I know I'm gonna be at my best.
Yeah, I'm gonna take full advantage of this opportunity. I had a great training camp, and I'm ready to get this win and put on a spectacular show. I came up short against some of the top guys, but I'm ready this time. I've no excuses, but for the Jojo Diaz fight, I had 3 weeks to get ready, and he came in 7 pounds over. So I think that's what made the biggest difference, just the weight. But we're both the same way, so I hope he's at his best. I'm at my best, and let's give the fans a great fight.
How's camp been for you, Jahyae? And where do you get that nickname, the Joker?
Camp's been great. Had a long, good camp. I was already training before too, and my godfather gave me that name because at the end of the day, I'm gonna come out on top. When all the smoke clears, I'm gonna be standing right there just like the Joker did in the movie.
Well, because the goal is to make a lot of money in the sport of boxing, and just do my best and continue to go out and dominate and put on great performances. Well, it'll put me in the bigger ranks for next year, early next year, and continue to try to get the bigger fights. Next year, that's the goal, shot at the title or title eliminator fights. So I know I got to come out, I got to dominate, I got to win to keep moving forward. Well, yes, I'm excited about it because I know that the belts are probably going to be going vacant soon. So it's opportunity to make some ground in the lightweight division and get my shot next year.
Yeah, they're going to be out there and they're going to be up for grabs. So the sooner the better after this fight. I'm not looking past Justin. I would like an opportunity at those belts.
Well, that's a great atmosphere. The fans really come out. They love boxing here. And it's a great show. It's a fight. And I really like it. The energy was great last time, and I'm expecting it to be the same this time.
Justin, and any last words before you get in the ring?
I'm just excited to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity. And come tomorrow night, I'm go out there and put on a great show and dominate.
Jerry?
Tune in tomorrow. We'll watch a great fight. Watch you put on the show and get this win. Come back with that WBO belt.
Can't wait for it. It's going down in Plant City. Hey, if you're in the area, come to the fights. If not, subscribe to ProBox TV. You can see it on YouTube. You have got, these are can't miss fights every other Wednesday. Wednesday night Pro Boxing TV Wednesday night fight series. Justin, Jerry, thank you. I'm wishing you the best on fight night. Make sure you download the app, become a part of the ProBox TV family. ProBox TV is your boxing channel.
All right, so that's what the men said before the co-main event we just witnessed, and now we are set for our main event of the evening. Guido Schramm from Argentina, fighting out of California, 27 years old. The Venezuelan returning to ProBox TV is 5 years his elder and will have a 4-inch reach advantage. It's our main event. It is a great matchup, 33-2 against 16-1. And with the official introductions, once again, Mark Lichtenfeld.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your ProBox TV main event of the evening. 10 rounds in the super welterweight division. Your judges for this contest: Thomas Nardoni, Tito Wilgo, and Shami Shipman. And your referee in charge is Alicia Collins. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black with red. He weighed in at 154 pounds. His record, 33 wins, 2 losses, with all 33 wins coming by way of knockout. From Huehue, Venezuela, please welcome Johan Gonzalez. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold with blue, he weighed in at 153.8 pounds. His record, 16 wins, just 1 loss, 2 draws, 9 wins by knockout. From Los Angeles, California, by way of Buenos Aires, Argentina, he is Guido Emmanuel Schramm.
All right, gentlemen, you had your instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Your trunks are a little high, so right here is good. Your trunks are a little high, so right here is good. All right, touch them up if you want to.
And again, let's give props to Alicia Collins for the control that she had in the Jimmy Kelly fight earlier tonight. Everybody wants to criticize a referee. They want to be negative. She did a great job. She's got our main event between Gonzalez and Schramm, scheduled for 10 rounds.
Battle of South America here.
Yes, it is. Venezuela and Argentina.
We're like United Nations here at ProBox. A little bit of different spices for everybody.
You got that right. Here we go. It's time to fight. Schramm in the gold with yellow and blue. Gonzalez in the black and red trunks.
Schramm, of course, recognizing Gonzalez's knockout record, is circling to start the fight, right,
yeah,
champ?
Yeah, smart. And we were pointed at the reach of Gonzalez, but I think I pointed out last time we fought on the card. 75-inch reach. That's very long for this weight class and for his height. 4-inch reach advantage for Gonzalez over Schramm.
Also, wide shoulders. Typically, you know, punchers have those big wide shoulders, and you could see the wide shoulders of Gonzalez there in his stance.
Yeah, he's got that long, wiry strength.
95 professional rounds coming in for Guido Schramm. He has never been stopped. Went the distance in his lone loss to Christian Ayala back in March of last year.
For Gonzalez's record, if he doesn't stop you, he loses.
Yeah, that's about right.
Schramm and I actually fought on the same card back in 2021.
Yeah?
I was fighting Mikel Lepierre, and he beat an undefeated fighter that night.
You've beaten a few. Was that at Madison Square Garden Theater?
Yes, it was.
Yes, indeed.
Well, he's one of those guys that Samson Lekowicz finds, and you know, Samson Lekowicz tends to find those spoilers in South America that show up and get good wins. Nice help, little shot there by Gonzalez.
If you see Samson in the corner, you know something's up.
And he has had very high praise for this young man, been very vocal about the talents of 27-year-old Schramm.
But Gonzalez landed some good shots here.
Yeah, and that power is real.
Schramm went to fix his hair, but the gel he's got there, man, it doesn't even move.
Paulie talking about hair. That's ironic.
Man, my hair used to always get messed up in fights.
Really?
I came in the ring with good shots there by Gonzalez. I think Gonzalez getting that respect. I used to come in the ring with my hair done, but it didn't last long.
The mohawk became no mo, right?
Yeah.
Round number 1, Gonzalez very aggressive. Big swing and a miss by Schramm.
The way Gonzalez throws, he's looking to knock the hair off your head.
Yeah, and Schramm is starting to feel like he's got to trade a little bit. He's starting to get into some exchanges, and I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do with a puncher the level of Gonzalez.
Yeah, I would imagine I mean, that's Gonzalez's game here.
And that was one of the things I noticed in the tape when watching Schramm. He doesn't use that jab very effectively. You know, sometimes he pauses with it. And it's the kind of fight where you want to use your jab. You want to be able to control that range a little bit better against a puncher like Gonzalez.
And you know, one of the things I mentioned about Gonzalez is he needs to conserve. He's doing that really well. He's fighting a very conserved, smart fight right now. Still landing big shots. Ooh, good shot from Schramm.
Good start to our main event of the evening.
Doble paso, estás haciendo un paso y quedas afuera. Haz doble paso y luego la recta. ¿Ok? Nice and relax. Okay? Ahora ocupamos estos.
Diego Chavez and, of course, Marcus Maidana, two men that young Schramm has been talked about in the same breath, being Argentinian. And then Gonzalez, much to your point, Paulie, when asked about that last fight that went into the 5th, he said, I have really been working on being more controlled and adjusting to the different type of fights and fighters I am going to face as my career continues. Round number 2. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, Wednesday night fights here on ProBox TV. Gold and blue for Schramm, black and red for Gonzalez.
Derek Schramm also overcommits to defense at times. You know, he lets shots put him a little bit too much out of position. Show the opposite of the praise we had for Pauldo. Well, Pauldo, who, despite when shots coming at him, stays in good position. Schramm doesn't do a good job all that often when he's got to make a defensive move.
You know, I think also it is, Champ, I think the power of Gonzalez, Schramm's feeling it's got him overthinking, yeah. Because he's reacting to punches that are missing.
Yeah. And he's playing it safe by overreacting.
Schramm has been brought in to spar with Tank Davis, Devin Haney, of course Haney and Prograis on December 9th as Devin Haney moves up to 140.
Oh!
Man, you can just hear that power.
Yeah. And Schramm tried to throw, but Gonzalez had his glove in a good position to block the Schramm hook.
Yeah, Gonzalez is looking improved, honestly, and he looked pretty good last time, but he's looking much more conserved, or conserving his energy much better this fight than he was last fight, but still getting his power shots off.
And Chris, I would say that in our fighter interview with him, that was kind of the tone. That was the message that he wanted to share with us. What has he done since last fight? Exactly what you just talked about.
The rare instance where what the guy says in the fighter meeting is what actually happens.
Exactly. Having fun in there, mixing things up.
Good body work.
And again, Schramm, no jab. So he puts himself in a position where he's got to get close and go into the fire in order to get work done. No jab here.
And Schramm is pulling back with his left hand down. Gonzalez, with that extra long reach, is still being able to hit him on the end of the punch. Oh, big overhand from Schramm.
A little wide, though, and he hit him with the forearm.
10-week camp at wild card for Schramm.
Schramm does have a good right hand when he throws it short enough. That one would have landed good if he would have just thrown it a little shorter.
If that would have landed on the knuckles, that could have been the end of the night.
Yeah, because he's got that kind of right hand. And he likes to throw that loopy shot.
Schramm picking up
nice
the pace here.
Shot. Nice dig to the body. Schramm here now using some of his athleticism to go in and out. He's got Gonzalez on the defense now.
You beat me to it there, partner. I was just thinking the same thing.
But the thing about that, when you're fighting athletic, you're expending a lot of energy. Yeah. That was my whole game. I was very athletic, but I was always in good shape, so I had to be able to keep that up.
And you got to use your jab to control that pace.
Right. First half of the round was all Gonzalez, but Schramm ended up the round pretty good. Started getting athletic, started using that in and out. There was that big overhand right we were talking about that just missed. Like you said, Champ, it was more of a forearm shot. But here we saw some of that athleticism, a beautiful left hook to the liver, which kept Gonzalez with his hands in his pockets for the rest of the round.
So a good start to our main event of the evening. Scheduled for 10 rounds, this at 154. That lone loss that I referred to earlier on the ledger of Guido Schramm was the last time he attempted to make 147. He's had enough of that, and he has been at 154 and had great success since that point. Coming off a draw with Paul Kroll, very highly decorated U.S. amateur, taking on back-to-back unbeaten opponents here in the year of 2023. And a guy who has never won by anything but knockout standing in front of him tonight.
And you know, Goldie, he's also been active. He had 3 fights in 2022. This is his 3rd fight in 2023. I think that's really important for these young guys to stay in the ring.
He's only been pro since 19, Chris, and he's 16-1-2. Tonight is 20th bout. He may hit 100 rounds. He is definitely keeping himself inside the ring.
He's a spunky guy, man. Some of these moves he makes. And Gonzalez is a sort of a flat-footed puncher, so he kind of has trouble tracking you down sometimes if you're moving too much.
Gonzalez is also a little awkward at times. He's got that, like I mentioned, that wiry strength. He's obviously very physically strong, but he can be a little awkward as well.
Gonzalez was training for a bit in Panama City, moved to Vegas 4 months ago, fought for us in August, so about that same time range. Been training with Ismael Salas busy with Robesi Ramirez. So Hernandez is the head coach tonight. But I'll tell you, he's been working very diligently in Las Vegas from Venezuela.
He's got that smirk here and there, too.
Yep.
He's got to shorten up that right hand. Sometimes he tries to come in with a double jab right hand, but that right hand's up over the top as Schramm sort of reads it coming. Got to be a bit more deceptive with it.
Yeah, Gonzalez has had more success when he straightens that right hand out, and especially gets Schramm pulled straight back like that.
Hey, there he got Schramm coming forward.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the elbow on that right hand, just threw it straight. And that was a nice short left hook, too, on the way back.
Don't hold him, Blue. Stop.
Schramm is interesting to watch, though, because he uses a lot of athleticism, a lot of legs, but not really many jabs.
No, I like it. It's fun to watch. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Argentinians have that kind of awkward, weird. I always think of Omar Veiss from back in the day. He had that like herky-jerky in and out athleticism, would pop in, wasn't much of a jab. Oh man,
they got good chins too.
Yeah, that was a big shot. We heard that one ringside.
Both Both men have scored.
Goldie, you mentioned you mentioned Salas, and we were talking about Gonzalez and all the changes that he's made. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, when Gonzalez straightens out that right hand, he's had a lot of success, and now he's got Schramm along the ropes. So when Schramm pulls straight back, he's got even less to go back. Got hit with a big clean shot there, but took it well.
Yeah, you want to kind of stay low on the ropes to make sure you get away from those kind of shots.
Blood from the nose of Schramm as they work on it in the corner.
One thing being long, and we know that Johan Gonzalez with that 75-inch reach definitely has the reach advantage over most opponents, but that replay a second ago, Chris, is a perfect example of not just having great reach and being long, but also turning it over, utilizing the shoulder, and making it even a longer and more effective punch.
And, Paulie had mentioned the wide shoulders of Gonzalez. He punches through the target, so he's getting more range out of that by the rotation using those those wide shoulders.
Round number 4, main event of the evening. Gold and blue for Schramm, born in Argentina, fighting out of Los Angeles. Gonzalez, born and raised in Venezuela, now training and living in Las Vegas, Nevada.
It almost looks like Gonzalez, he's got like the upper body of a light heavyweight with shorter legs. Yeah. He's got very long arms, wide shoulders.
Misses a lot, though. A lot of the shots are missing for both of these guys, I feel like. But when they're landing kind of partially. So they're still, like, really alive, both guys is in there. And then neither guy has really lost that will to win, or you can't really see a mental advantage from one or the other.
And we talk about the vaunted power of Gonzalez, but it's all relative, right? Because it depends how good the guy's chin is. If you've got great power, but the guy's got a great chin, kind of nullifies the power to a degree.
Yeah, at first it seemed like the champ, Schramm was sort of over-respecting the power of Gonzalez. Now it seems like he sort of warmed his head into it, and he's fine.
It's like, I can take these. It's funny how that works sometimes. Like, so you get hurt with a punch early in a fight, and you get hit with harder ones later, and you're fine.
First round finishes in his first 10 professional fights. 29 of the 33 finishes for Gonzalez have come in the first 3 rounds. We are past that point.
Ooh.
He's never had a 4th round knockout, couple in the 5th, but none deeper than that.
That's not a good sign for Gonzalez tonight, because he's got a guy in front of him who's very peppy still here in the 4th round.
All knockouts within 5 rounds.
Oh, you know.
Went the distance in the 2 setbacks.
On ProBox, you got stepped up.
Yep.
They don't come that easy.
So the pacing that we had talked about and kind of teed up at the top of the show is going to be something we keep an eye on very closely for Johan Gonzalez.
You know, listen, people might say, like, oh, his competition hasn't been that great, but it doesn't matter. He's got 33 KOs in 33 wins, so you still knock out 33 cab drivers. You're still knocking them out.
And we got a competitive fight here. It's not like he doesn't belong in this kind of fight. Good exchanges. I tell you, if Schramm could turn that right hand over instead of smacking with it, might do even more damage. Scoring with it, but just not getting it turned over, smacking with it too much.
Yeah, if he can get those knuckles over, it can be a really devastating shot.
Stop! No punches, no punches, officer.
We talked to everybody, and there are some big fights still to come here at the end of 2023, including some nice matchups to finish our year on ProBox TV. This our main event of the evening, the corner of Schramm. Now the corner of Gonzalez. Velasco Hernandez in the corner. As I mentioned, Ismael Salas, very busy with Robesi Ramirez right now. but I'm sure watching very closely. Round number 5. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, Paul Kroll, Chris Algieri. Wednesday night fights on your boxing channel, ProBox TV. Every knockout, all 33 of them, have come within the first 5 rounds of the fight for Johan Gonzalez.
You already see Gonzalez taking the power off his shots. And Champ, last round, you made a great note about these guys, how they're not really landing all that clean, a lot of missing wide shots. It seems like Gonzalez is getting a little hesitant with the power now because of those missed punches.
Yeah, and that's why you got to sort of take some steam off the shot so you can, you know, maybe get a little more accuracy on them sometimes. You know, you sometimes try so hard to land a big shot, it's harder to land it. You telegraph it a little more. So sometimes somebody's got to make that adjustment. Seems like Gonzalez is trying.
Schramm doesn't seem like the kind of guy who minds missing. He throws those big shots, doesn't get that much off balance, and kind of uses that offbeat rhythm to land those shots anyway. Oh,
like that there.
Last 5 opponents for Schramm, combined record of 59-8-3. 3 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw in those 5 fights.
Good straight shots there from Gonzalez. Like you said, Champ, a couple of rounds ago, when Gonzalez uses those straight shots, they land.
Uppercut.
Just missed with that chopping right hand.
Hey, for all the effort, though, not a lot is landing clean, man. Shots get through the gloves there.
Gonzalez and Castaneda 2 weeks from tonight. That is our main event of the evening. Wednesday night fights on your boxing channel. Look forward to that one.
Lando Gonzalez, another very talented ProBox TV alum.
21-2. Plus Lester Martinez and Marcus Valle on the card 2 weeks from tonight.
These guys are traded.
Yeah, these guys are making a play to take advantage of the fight. You know, both of these guys have sort of dug their feet in the sand here this round.
I get the feeling, the momentum, though, is going towards Schramm. Gonzalez is landing the bigger, better punches, but Schramm's really pushing the issue and making Gonzalez work.
And a lot of it is his movement and that athleticism that you talked about earlier.
And his chin, yeah. He's taking the shots really well.
You better have, as you say, a good beard if you're going to be in there against a guy who has 33 wins all by knockout, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to have a good gas tank, too, if you're going to fight this athletic in and out.
You talk about that herky-jerky style. A little bit Sergio Martinez as well, right?
Yeah, another Argentinian.
Thank you.
Más ese hombre, mételo doble, triple cuando lo tengas adentro, güey.
Getting set for round 6. Magomed Kurbanov in Russia. Back in December of last year, the second loss in the professional career of Gonzalez. 10-round unanimous decision victory for the Black Lion, who is now one of the top 154-pounders in the world, certainly from Europe.
Yeah, that guy's good, really good. He's on a real streak right now, too, with a lot of big wins.
Defeated Soro, Teixeira, Liam Smith, amongst others, yeah.
Smith, I mean, it's very, very impressive.
And he beat Johan Gonzalez.
Right, yep. Exactly.
That is added to the list. So uncharted waters, at least in victory, for Gonzalez, says we have reached round number 6.
Hands are free, gentlemen.
And Schramm is doing his best job possible to try to make it a battle of attrition.
No punches.
So even on the inside, trying to make it uncomfortable, trying to wrestle his way out, trying to keep Gonzalez uncomfortable.
And I think he's been not only physically doing that, Paulie, but mentally it was interesting. He waited for the introduction to come out. He waited a little extra for the referee, for the instructions to come out. It's like he's been playing these mini mental games with Gonzalez since they stepped into the ring.
Yeah, and Gonzalez having a hard time being accurate, and then when Schramm attacks, he kind of pushes him back. So physically, a lot of times when you push the puncher back, it's hard for him to have the heavy hands that he's used to having. He's not used to having to go back.
Punchers hate missing. Punchers love heavy bags.
Yeah, and they hate going backwards.
Well, you're seeing the power has been taken away from Gonzalez, whether it's him taking the punches off, taking the shots off because he's not landing cleanly, or like you said, Shane, he's getting pushed at his heels and doesn't have the same power moving backwards as he does forwards.
And Schramm recognizes it, and Schramm is, getting braver and braver in there.
Schramm's starting to physically bully him.
Yep.
He's backing him up. I think the body shots are playing a big role.
I call these kind of guys junkyard dogs.
Yep.
Take you right to the junkyard scrap.
Scrappy.
10-yard camp, or 10-week camp, 10-yard, maybe in a lot of yards working.
A couple of wrestling references tonight, old WWF.
There you go.
Got a junkyard dog, got the $1 million man in the co-main event.
That's right. The best thing is that Justin Pauldo just is the $1 million man because he wants to make a lot of money. I don't think he knows who Lee Majors is.
Pauldo in the fighter meeting a few months back made me feel old when he didn't know who Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man was.
Yeah. And definitely doesn't know who the $6 million man is.
That's even older.
Yeah. All right, that's my age. Sorry, guys.
My dad maybe watched that show. Don't worry. I know the show.
No, that's a body shot. DiBiase. Yeah, that's a body shot, Algeri. That hurt.
Oh man. Was that the 70s or the 80s? That was the 80s?
70s probably. Yeah.
Okay, so that's before my time.
By Schramm.
I mentioned that momentum. Big right hand from Gonzalez.
You see Schramm not respecting it anymore.
No.
And Gonzalez not throwing short enough to put punches in combination. So, he
It was 1973 to 1978.
Okay, so that was 6 years before I was born. The last show.
Yeah.
So, no offense.
Nah, I was a junior in college at that point. No big deal. And then there was the Bionic Woman too.
Yeah. But my dad did make me watch reruns back in the day, so I do remember it.
He didn't have to make you. It was a good show.
It was a good show. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure The Simpsons made fun of it as well. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's my generation.
Our main event continues. Johan Gonzalez has not tasted victory in his professional career in a fight that has gone longer than 5 rounds.
I sensed a big shift in this fight the last 2 rounds.
Yes.
Schramm's coming out, bouncing in and out. Like, Paul, you had mentioned, he's not showing the same respect for the power. That's another thing that bothers a puncher, is when he hits you with the shot and you shake your head and walk through it.
And Schramm knew, as anyone would know, when you're facing a guy who has finished 33 opponents by knockout, that you're going to have to weather an early storm, and he was able to do so.
Yeah, and he did, and he looked very uncomfortable early on, but has now gotten into a groove. You know what we haven't seen in a few rounds? That smile and smirk from Gonzalez.
Yeah, he was feeling it before, but now he's not smirking anymore.
Well, he was calling out Jamel Charlo on social media after his last win here. But take nothing away from Gonzalez or Schramm. They're putting on a show here in our main event of the evening.
Smirk is now on Schramm's part. You see, he took the look and looked right at him and said, bring it.
His conditioning is outstanding.
Yes, absolutely. And his beard is his chin is very good as well. He's got a decent beard as well. Tipping my hat to the barber out there, but.
And Gonzalez now starting to go backwards. He's starting to wonder what's.
Big right hand.
And again, these are the kind of shots that usually get the respect of Gonzalez's opponents, but
not Schramm.
Look at Schramm. He's still on the inside, throwing little cheap shots, trying to keep it physical, refusing to allow Gonzalez to work.
That was a tough shot, too, because that's one of those ones that turns your head, spins your head around. Those hurt.
But Schramm's coming back with a flurry right after it, Paulie.
Look who's following up. That's what I was going to say. He's the one following up. And Gonzalez is going to hold on for rest.
Work out of that, gentlemen. Work out of that. Don't hold him, Lou. Let him go.
Look who's trying to break the hold. It's Schramm. Psychologically, this really, really messes with you when you're the guy on the receiving end.
This fight is going to get very interesting these next few rounds.
Because how many of those right hands have finished opponents?
33.
Johan Gonzalez.
but not at this point in the fight.
Correct. Right. Yes. That is something that really has become the main storyline, is how deep we are in this fight. And that all 33 finishes have come within 5 rounds for Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez now starting to wonder how he's going to get Schramm off of him. He's not consistently backing up, and as we said, it's harder to be the puncher when even if you're landing when you're going backwards. I don't know that Gonzalez is a good enough boxer on the back foot to really know how to win these rounds if Schramm's going to keep pushing him back.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
Yeah. And that's kind of the knock on Gonzalez, right? He's a bit of a one-trick pony.
Good finish to the round for Guido Schramm.
Thank you.
Combinations, I need them. Okay?
Here's that big right hand.
Bang, right through the guard, comes back with the jab. But Schramm takes it well, like he has since round 1, basically.
And you can see Gonzalez, for the sake of trying to be more accurate, has to now take some mustard off those punches if he wants to be accurate.
So we're thinking scorecards now, guys. Chris, you're good with numbers. How do you favor this fight as we start round number 8?
I haven't been scoring round by round, but I think I've been talking about momentum a lot. The momentum has definitely been in the favor of Schramm the last 3 rounds. But early on, it was a lot of Gonzalez, with the power. So I would assume that this fight's pretty tight at this point. But the momentum is definitely in Schramm's favor.
So knockout or not, the work Gonzalez did early may have very well given him a couple of those first rounds, Paulie, right?
Yeah, I think for sure. For example, round 1 seemed like a really good Gonzalez round. Yeah, little by little, it started to get away from him. He was still close, very competitive through the first half. But it seems like Schramm has separated himself a little bit in the second half. I thought a lot of competitive rounds early on after the initial good start by Gonzalez. But I feel like these rounds are pretty much like the champ Chris said here, is a lot of the momentum is with Schramm now.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 have all been good rounds for Schramm in terms of his momentum ability. He still got hit with big shots as well, but
yeah, kind of in between though.
Yeah, most of the work of each round has been done by Schramm the last couple.
And a great finish to the last round, which always leaves that impression in the minds of the judges.
And then, I talked about power and chin and the relativity of it all. It seems like Schramm has landed punches that hurts Gonzalez more than Gonzalez has landed punches that hurt Schramm.
We'll say quietly, Gonzalez is being the more accurate puncher this round so far. Schramm has pushed back, but he's not landed a lot.
Well, that's at work with the Salas team. Because sooner or later, you're not going to win by knockout. And so he's got to, with 2 rounds left, he may have to do it the old-fashioned way on the scorecards for the first time in his career.
The thing about it is Schramm pushing you back like this is also sort of a bad look.
Yes.
In the judge's eyes,
Schramm has some tricky body shots in there. And it was a good right hand from Gonzalez. First one that seemed to have an effect on Schramm in a few rounds.
Charlie Navarro back in 2019, a split decision win over Gonzalez. So the Russian, the Black Lion, and in 2019, the only time Gonzalez has not had his arm raised in victory.
Actually a pretty good round for Gonzalez.
That's the thing. Gonzalez had a pretty good round, but again, all that physical momentum, he gets pushed back. Do the judges? What are the judges seeing? You know, it's one of those tricky rounds.
Yeah, body language-wise, it certainly looks like Schramm's in control. But in terms of punches landed this round, it's been Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez. Schramm got some blood.
Vamos, ven. Es lo tuyo, hay que trabajar. La distancia. Él está en el centro y tú estás al costado, güey. Ciérraselo. ¿Ok?
2 weeks from tonight, another action-packed edition of our Wednesday night fights here on ProBox TV. Gonzalez, the Puerto Rican, 21-2. Castaneda, fighting out of Texas, 16-2 with 12 knockouts. Plus, Lester Martinez puts his 16-0 record on the line. Marcus Valle at 9-0 takes on 10-0 Perez Kogu. That is 2 weeks from tonight on ProBox TV. That will certainly be the toughest test of Marcus Valle's young career against 10-0 Goga. Speaking 9-10, that's what remains here in our main event of the evening, round 9. Early shot landed by Schramm, coming out with a quick pace.
Stop. No punches.
Ooh, I think we got a cut.
Yeah, on the scalp.
High in the head.
Schramm's like, what are you doing butting me, bro?
Exit or headbutt.
I saw blood spray onto the back of Gonzalez. I thought it was from the nose of Schramm, but it was from this fresh cut. High on the scalp. Usually isn't too dangerous in terms of getting blood in the eye or stopping a fight.
And Schramm looks like he's got his game face on too.
Yeah.
Schramm, even though the headbutt cut him open, the adjustment of the glove and the tape on the glove of Gonzalez in that extra 20-30 seconds as they check the cut. Schramm's coming out very aggressively, very high-paced here in round 9.
Yeah, like I was saying about the cuts high in the head like that, it's not really an issue for stopping fights, but they will make them ugly from here on out. As Paulie and I are putting on paper towels to protect our suits. Oh man, Schramm is really putting on the pressure.
He really is. A lot of punches and bunches here, Chris.
Yeah, I like it. And now he's got a jab. All of a sudden, he's got a jab.
Double jab, followed up with the right. Round number 9. Schramm with the uppercut.
Waving him in, good left hook.
Yeah, he's getting those numbers up in there.
He's feeling the flow here.
Yep. Yeah, he looked at Gonzalez's output and he quote Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street. He said, those are rookie numbers. Let me get my numbers up right now.
Well, I think Schramm goes, all right, we got 2 rounds left. I got a lot in the tank. Let's go.
Yeah, and maybe he's mad about the cut.
Maybe. I mean, he was mad before the cut.
He was mad before the cut.
He was mad that they had to tape the gloves of Gonzalez before this round, so.
Gonzalez trying to push Schramm back and throw a punch or two that'll land, but no luck.
Battle of attrition here on the inside, guys.
Yeah,
under a minute in round 9.
I want to say it's part machismo, but I think it's also part that Schramm really feels like Gonzalez can't hurt him at this point.
Yeah, and it's psychological there. You know, you keep pushing your guy back, especially, as I said earlier, when you're pushing back a puncher like that, you can get in his head as he's used to getting the respect when he lands. Like right there, he lands a good shot, but Schramm just stands right in front of him and gets back on the attack.
Schramm feels like he's taken the best that Gonzalez has to offer, and it was many, many minutes ago. And now it's all about him continuing to pressure and score points. and moved to 17-1.
You know, Schramm could fight safer, but I don't mind that he's not. It's fun to watch.
He's trying to put the exclamation points on these rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, he's all over Gonzalez.
If it's going to be in the hands of the judges, make a big statement or two, or three or four or five.
The second half of this fight, Schramm is really, really pushing.
Got that clash of heads there. There it is. I mean, it wasn't really anybody's fault, actually. They were both kind of coming in with the right hands to the body. They were both looking for right hands to the body, and neither one realized the head was in the center. Just an exchange on the inside. That was a good shot there by Gonzalez. The problem was that's pretty much all he did in the round.
Yeah, his output is way dropped on Gonzalez, and Schramm is really keeping his foot on the pedal.
3 minutes remain.
Seconds out.
10th and final round.
Now they're hooking it out. For respect to start the 10th. Let's see how much they work.
Guido Schramm. Gold, yellow, blue trunks, black and red for Johan Gonzalez with the shot.
Yeah, Guido went to the body, and Gonzalez went with a good left hook to the head after Schramm reached in for the body shot with the right hand. A little clash of heads there as well. Actually, with Schramm's face on the head of Gonzalez. And Schramm jumping in like that is probably going to be the one to cause more head clashes if they happen.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more the way that he's been jumping in and out. Ooh, big left hook from Gonzalez again, and an uppercut.
You gotta also know how to sell the round, though. I feel like Schramm knows how to sell the round with his physicality. I feel like sometimes Gonzalez lands good shots, but he doesn't sell it well. You see, actually, he's probably laying the better shots this round so far, but it's Schramm physically selling the round.
Paulie in 35 fights, 2 obviously went the distance, but he hasn't been put into that position of selling, if you will, rounds.
Yeah, you don't got to sell much when you got a guy face down in front of you, the way Gonzalez has done.
Within the first 5 rounds. So you haven't really had to worry about the workmanship and the sportsmanship and the little things that'll get you the 10 instead of the 9 from the judges.
Yeah, the question is, can Gonzalez win a decision? Right. He's never done it before.
I don't know if he's going to do it tonight either.
I don't think so either.
Stop. Wait.
2:15.
Judges like guys who push the pace, guys who are making the fight happen, who are being active.
Especially in a sloppy fight like this, where, like I said, I think at times Gonzalez there may be rounds where Gonzalez is landing the better shots, but
this round in particular,
not selling it. Good shot again.
10th and final round between Guido Schramm and Johan Gonzalez.
It's weird. You see, like Schramm, I don't think is landing anything.
No, not this round.
He's just draped all over Gonzalez, pushing him back. And it makes it look like he's the physical bully.
And Gonzalez is the one who is initiating the tie-ups and just looks tired.
And that's what I mean about selling it.
Uncharted waters for Johan Gonzalez.
Is Schramm landing anything? I mean, Gonzalez landed some good punches this round, right?
Yes.
Early on, but again, the sell has not been there. Except for these little pats here on the inside, has Schramm landed anything? He still hasn't landed anything. It's crazy.
30 seconds remain.
There's a shot.
Oh, big left hook.
That might do it.
Yeah, a lot of effort from Schramm. Not a whole lot of clean punches, though, in this round.
Schramm and Gonzalez. The full 10 rounds in 4 of his last 6 fights. 15 seconds. They're going to battle to the finish. Final 10 seconds of our main event of the evening. They go the distance. Guido Schramm and Johan Gonzalez. very start.
Not the prettiest fight around, but it was entertaining nonetheless. Early on, it was a lot of good pressure and power punching from Gonzalez. There we saw a nice overhand right from Schramm. But Gonzalez early on, I mean, the power was real, and Schramm was having some issues dealing with that power. But as the fight wore on, Schramm was landing some tricky shots. There was a nice little body shot on the inside. And he started using his athleticism, his in and out, his timing on some of those looping shots, and was starting to use his physicality and his chin to walk through the power of Gonzalez to put a ton of pressure and make the fight. Gonzalez, not a guy known for going the distance, faded a bit late, was still landing good shots, but really Schramm was the guy who was pushing it every single round. There we saw a clash of heads in the last round, the 9th round, excuse me, that split open the forehead of Schramm. In the 10th round, like you said, champ, Gonzalez landed the better, cleaner punches. But again, it was Schramm that was selling the rounds, winning the moments in between the landed clean shots. There we saw a big left hook at the end of the round, end of the 10th.
So we await the judges' scorecards for our main event of the evening.
Mira.
Judges have rendered their decision to make it official. Mark Lichtenfeld.
Come here, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 hard-hitting rounds, we go to the scorecards. Tito Wilgo scores the bout 95-95 even. He is overruled by Shami Shipman, who scores it 97-93, and Thomas Nardoni, who sees it 96-94 for your winner by majority decision, Johan El Chelo Manotas Gonzalez!
It was that kind of fight, guys. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The shots, cleaner punches landed by Gonzalez in some of those rounds where Schramm looked like he was physically controlling it. But again, this is boxing. It's who's landing the better, cleaner shots. And I don't know, man. I mean, there's a case for Gonzalez there too because of that. It was an interesting fight to score. I don't think it was very easy to score because again, it's more so what you like. But ultimately, in boxing, they say the punches landed is the most important stat, right? And so, you know, if you really watch the round, sometimes it looked like Schramm was the one being the bully physically, but it may have been Gonzalez in some of those rounds who landed the better punches among that physical bullying that Schramm did, because there were a lot of rounds where Schramm was only bullying and not landing anything, you know, and that may have hurt him. And we know what else? Gonzalez won his first decision.
Yes, he did. And I was going to say, Chris, let's go back to that Salas storyline and the evolution of Gonzalez under Ismael Salas, trying to get past things that never happened before. He had finished all his fights in victory within 5 rounds. Now he goes the distance for the very first time and wins by decision.
Yeah, we saw a lot of those changes, and I think if he came out the way he did last fight tonight, he would have lost. I think he came out coming out really, really fast. He came out very smart, methodical this fight. He looked really, really good in round number 1, and a lot of those early rounds, like we were saying, were competitive, but I leaned towards Gonzalez in those early rounds. The second half of the fight was a whole different story, and like you said, hard to score based on the scoring criteria of boxing. It's the guy pushing the action or is the guy landing the cleaner shots? Depends what you like. Tonight, 2 of the 3 judges like the clean work from Gonzalez.
Gonzalez having a good little chat with Juan Marquez a second ago. You know what? He's happy now. He's enjoying the fans right behind us. You know, he's having a good time.
Well, and he talked to the Hall of Famer, one of our founders, much like yourself, Paulie, Juan Manuel, after his last fight. And Juan Manuel Marquez said he liked the defense, gave him some other tips. And hey, when you've got a superstar like Juan Manuel Marquez in the house, any boxer is going to want to talk to him. Started out with 18-year-old Emiliano Moreno against 10-0 Filipino Daniel Lim. He had to get on to his start, had to get into his rhythm, but when this young kid did, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he said, you know what, I don't go to just one side of the body, I use both sides of the body to attack.
And he finishes the fight at 2:59 of the second round. Moves to 8-0 with 5 knockouts. Then Jimmy Kelly looking to go to 3-0 on ProBox TV. Velasquez was angry at everyone. At the end of it all, his anger or ill intention with referee Alicia Collins meant the end of the night. But yeah, Paulie was saying, Chris, he was searching.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good workmanlike performance from Jimmy Kelly. Velasquez, he did land some good shots, both on Jimmy Kelly and the ref, and that's ultimately what got him out of the fight. He threw a couple gloves at the ref. I believe it was in the 5th round here. It was a headbutt. Looked like he was looking for a way out. Got very physical on the inside.
Yeah, then it gets a little battering ram fight here. There goes one. There's the other way. And he gets mad at everybody.
Nobody left the ring happy this fight. Not Jimmy Kelly, not the ref, not Velasquez.
Velasco, nothing.
Velasco, nobody.
Justin Pauldo, the $1 million man, who never saw the $6 million man, but he is from Houston, Texas now, where he trains, which is where Lee Majors is. But I'll tell you what, he was impressive with the 3rd round stoppage.
And again, that nice uppercut may have busted up the nose, maybe broke the nose, and then that drew the blood right there. As you can see, the instant blood coming out of the nose of Perez. And then from there, things got much more difficult, and Pauldo started laying on the assault. And eventually, that nose caused a stoppage, maybe a broken nose for Joker Perez.
And the WBA Continental North America lightweight belt goes to Justin Pauldo. Then you just saw it. Our main event of the evening, Gonzalez came out guns firing as always, looking to make it 34 wins, 34 knockouts, but Schramm wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, this was a weird fight to score. You know, it was sort of what you like. Again, I mean, Schramm doing a lot of physicality, but he's not landing a lot of clean stuff. That was a good body shot there early in the fight. I can remember that one. That was a nice one. That was actually got the attention of Gonzalez. But again, the shorter shots were being landed by Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Jim, it's what do you like in this kind of fight. It wasn't the cleanest fight in the world, but it was certainly interesting and fun to watch. I would like to see Schramm again. He fought well for a ProBox TV fighter. I mean, he was exciting to watch. A lot of athleticism, a lot of physicality, a lot of attitude. I like that in a fighter. So big congratulations to Gonzalez. He finally wins a decision. He now has gone 10 and seen his hand raised. We'll see what he can do next.
10th and final round. They both came out swinging. Both wanted it in the end, and it was close on the cards. Majority decision victory for Johan Gonzalez. Scorecards were 95-95, 97-93, 96-94. So much like we talked about, tough to score, also very close fight.
Yeah, very, very close fight. 6-4,
5-5, 6-4, 7-3. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as close as it can get. Which I mean, the fight looked that way, and you know, like we kept saying, it's a what do you like? Entertaining fight, back and forth kind of fight. But hey, listen, the scoring criteria is often the cleaner, harder shots, and that's what Gonzalez did tonight. But the man who pushed the action was Schramm. So
let's talk about the ProBox mantra about watching fighters evolve, watching them on their paths. We saw a better Justin Pauldo tonight. We saw a better Johan Gonzalez tonight.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jim. That's you know, that is what we do here. We want to see these guys progress. We want to see them go to that next level. And I think we got two fighters who are probably going to get a shot very soon.
Yeah, or maybe a different side of Johan Gonzalez.
And that's the thing. If you don't get a shot soon, you just come right back on ProBox, and eventually you'll get your shot if you can win here. If you can win here, you're proving your medal.
So indeed, we had 4 fights. It was a little bit of an odd night at times, but Justin Pauldo cashes in once again, and Johan Gonzalez gets his first victory of his career by decision from our powerful partners, the Magic Man, the former 2-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, former world champion Chris Algieri, Mike Goldberg saying so long until next time. We see you right back here on ProBox TV.